I use it for special occasions, which I'm gonna start using it more now because I'm like, what special occasions? You might as well start using your stuff. Every day is a special occasion because you're living. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Kimberly Shantae. I wanted to do this video because I wanted to talk about perimenopause, and I wanted to just discuss things that is helping me on this journey. Because as we age and our body transition and go through certain things, our hygiene has to change. So in this video, I'll be discussing some things that I've found and rediscovered throughout this process. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you've been here before, thank you. Thank you so much for your continued support. So today I just wanted to discuss different hygiene things that I've been using, from oral health, vaginal health, as well as body care. I don't know if you are experiencing this, but with me, I've been going through this perimenopausal phase for a while. And I'm thinking it's started around the end of my 30s, but it's actually gotten worse over these last few years. I'm really experiencing the hot flashes and making me kind of uncomfortable, making me want to shower more, bathe more, and just take better care of myself and revisit what I'm using currently, what I was previously using on my body. Because with the hot flashes, I feel like my body is wet, like moist, more moist than it is normally is. So with my body being moist, I want to make sure that cleansing myself thoroughly and feeling as confident as I want to feel. So with that, I started transitioning and changing things in order to feel cleansed, in order to feel my most optimal smelling fresh self as I could, if that makes sense. Because I'm really into hygiene. I really care about how I smell. I really want to present myself cleansed, at the highest peak of cleanliness for going through this process, because you don't realize how much your body changed throughout time. You don't even realize that stuff that you used to use, you can no longer use because it doesn't serve you the same way it used to. So prior to going through this pre or menopausal phase, I use certain things, but now they don't cleanse me. They don't leave me as confident as I want to be. So I've decided to change. And in this video, I'll be sharing some of the products that I'm using. So everybody who knows me, they know how I feel about oral health. It's so important to me because I know, people come up to you and they talk, and that dragon, that's what I call it. The dragon will come up and greet you before their words greet you. You don't want to experience that. So I'm really big on oral health. So with that, I I first discovered this through Peyton Charles. She said some of the PayPals have recommended this smart mouthwash, because I was using the other mouthwash and it wasn't that good to me. I still felt like um it didn't last as long as this product does. This one lasts really long. So I really enjoyed this. I used the Smart Mouth Original, the Bad Breath. They do have other different options available, but I really stuck with this and I really enjoy it, and it lasts a long time. And it does prevent bad breaths. And when I was shopping, I noticed that they had the toothpaste. So I started using the toothpaste, and I do like it. It gives you a minty taste, and it also helps with bad breath. So if you use these in conjunction, you should have no problem with bad breath. And it does last a long time. So this is my first recommended. I will be repurchasing these. With that being said, I highly recommend these two products for oral health. And what I found when I was trying to find something that works for me, this was the one that I originally started using that did not work. It works, but it doesn't last the 24 hours, and it doesn't give you the same effect that this does. This is more long lasting and more worth the money for me. So I highly recommend this brand. All right, so we're moving on to body care. So with body care, I'm going to discuss like body wash, soaps, and things that I discovered. And if you watch my video, things I was influenced to buy, and when I had that big old cyst like boil under my arm, that prompted me to change some things about what I'm using to wash with. So with that, I started using Dow, and it's the regular Dow soap. And now I have added in the actual liquid. So that is what I'm using to wash, and I find this really, really cleansing. If doctors tell you to use dial soap to wash with before you go in for surgery, you know it has to be super cleansing. Because originally I was using Dove, the bar soap, as well as Dove, the liquid. These are all great products. However, when you talk about the sweats feeling moist, I want it to feel clean. I wanted my body to be thoroughly cleansed, and not just moisturized. If I wanted to add moisture to my skin, I would do it out of the shower. So I decided to start using Dial soap, and I can say that that has been the best thing for me and my body, because I really feel cleansed. I don't feel like dewy, wet, which Dove, if you're looking for something moisturizing, this is for you. But for me, going through perimenopause, I felt like this gave me the cleansing effect that I needed in order to feel clean and not feel wet. Because just having those hot flashes, you already feel wet. You don't want to constantly feel wet. So I decided to shift what I was using to wash. So I Dial has been really key into my daily wash routine. So being that you're dealing with hot flashes, I know for me, I didn't want to feel like I'm constantly being moist. I wanted to actually feel cleansed. So that's why I decided to try something that would just cleanse my body versus moisturize my body. And I'll use lotions, butters, different things like that to give me that moisture once I'm out of the shower and cleansed. Because going through perimenopause, going through menopause, you want different things. You want to try different things, and you want to feel a different way. The same way you were washing, the same things you were using, like I said before, it doesn't serve you in the same way. So you have to adjust what you're doing. Seem like if you were shampoos, different things you use for your hair, you have to adjust that because your hair becomes acclimated to it. But as you go and evolve into this new journey of menopause, your body changes. So as your body changes, your hygiene should change. So that's what I've been doing, just focusing on better hygiene for myself and allowing myself to transition. Although we all know you never look forward to menopause, but finding the things that work for you will help you in that phase of life. So Dial works, and the Dial bar. I use the Dial liquid and the Dial bar. And I also found that Dr. Bronner's is really good. So this is very cleansing too. I use the almond one to wash with. So I do shift between Dial in between Dr. Bronner's, the almond, as a body wash. So these are the items that I do highly recommend, and that will give you that cleansing effect to your body to make you feel really good. All right, so we just covered the body care. I know it was small, but that's all that works for me right now. So now I'm going to go ahead and start talking about vaginal health. I'm not talking about getting in it. I'm talking about getting around it and cleansing it. So what I do use to cleanse my vajayjay is Dr. Bronner's. I know you just heard me mention Dr. Bronner's, the almond for my body care, but I use this for vajayjay. I use that for this to cleanse it, just to make sure we're cleansing her to keep her at optimal peakness. Because let me tell y'all, so I did use this. So all the content creators was talking about the honey pot, the honey pot. So me, I ran out to get it. I was like, let me see, because I'm always inquisitive. Maybe that's my problem. I'm very inquisitive. So if somebody mentions it over and over and over and I keep hearing about it, I'm like, okay, let me give it a try. If it works for them, let me try it out. I think I got the wrong ones. And I'm going to say that because the one that I purchased was the normal. That thing had me on fire. The first day I used it, I was on fire. So now when I go, I don't want to buy anything that's honey pot because it burned me up. It burned me up. So I don't use this and I don't recommend this, but I highly recommend, and it's the baby formula. So make sure you're getting that. The baby unscented Dr. Bronner's is really good for down there. And because we're talking about vagina health and everything like that, I also want y'all to think about if you had kids. We all can laugh, cough, or sneeze a bit too much, and you get wet down there because our muscles aren't the same anymore. So what I do, I would highly recommend wearing liners. Wear liners. You don't want to walk around smelling pissy. So wear liners. So please, 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 these really help. Keep them in your purse and you could throw them away if they become too wet. It really helps with keeping your area fresh and clean because you throw it away if it becomes a little messy, and then you can actually apply another one. Keep them in your purse. And another item that I highly recommend is, and these are fragrance free, because like I said, those fragrances it doesn't do my stuff any good. So I don't use anything that has fragrance because it really does irritate me down there. So these are wipes. And I highly recommend keeping wipes on you to cleanse down there. In the summer months, I know we all deal with getting sweaty down there. These are good to have on you at all times. Highly recommend to keep it clean and fresh in that area. So, highly recommend Summer's Eve fragrance free. There was another brand that I used to buy at Target, but I can't find it. The only thing that I saw was Honey Pot, and like I said, because of this experience, I didn't buy it. So, I'm using Summer's Eve fragrance free because I realized that fragrances, uh-uh, it doesn't work down there. Just so you know, these panty liners is made by this brand. And these are the pads that I use. I don't use tampons. I just use pads. And I either buy these or the super. So it's two different brands and I find these at Target and Walmart now. So these are what I'm using because I'm perimenopause. I do still have cycles. I maybe skip 2 to 3 months at a time before I have my next cycle, but I still have cycles. So I still buy pads. And yes, let me tell y'all, these cycles is different. They're so different from your normal cycles. So my cycle went from 3 to 5 days in light to now, because I don't know if it's because I'm missing 2 to 3 months. I have cramps. I never experienced cramps before I went through perimenopause, and it is heavier and it's longer. So yes, perimenopause is kicking my booty with the pains, the pains I feel in my back, the pains I feel in my stomach, and the longer cycles. It is really, really different. So I highly recommend the panty liners on your light day or just every day because of leakage and different things that we may encounter from having kids. And I also recommend the wipes. Please carry wipes in your purse because these will get you right in a clutch. Because in the summer months, your creases and your folds be sweating. So it's a good idea to carry these on you so you can freshen yourself up and stay clean and fresh. Please have 4 or 5 in your purse because you can cleanse yourself and not have to worry about having that musty smell that can come from sweating during the summer. The summer months, I find myself more sweaty down there or smelling musty. So it's a good idea to keep these on you so you can go and cleanse and freshen up if you're away from home. Now, while we're talking about the summer's eve wipes or wipes in general, what I bought a big box of these from Costco, and I keep these in all my bathrooms. So anytime that you're using the restroom, you can kind of refresh and cleanse yourself up. And these are fragrance-free wipes. So I use these. I don't put them in my toilet. I put them in the trash, but I use these to wipe and freshen up, and also to have for company to wipe and freshen up, as well as my girls. But I use these, and I highly recommend freshening up and making sure that this does not embarrass you. You do not want a smell to come from that area to embarrass you. So those are the items that I recommend for optimal cleanliness. So that is for your private area. Now that we've discussed oral health, vagina health, and well, cleanliness, not health per se, but cleanliness. So now we're going to talk about body scrubs. It is very important to exfoliate your body. I know, like, I'm 45, so I wasn't taught to exfoliate. It's like now that I'm learning more about body care and self care and just taking care of your body, but I have discovered and I love them. And I realized that we do need to do body scrubs, and it's necessary to get rid of that old dead skin. So I have incorporated using body scrub. I've been using body scrubs for some years now, but I just wanted to share the things that I enjoy and that helps me see a big difference in my skin. So the first item I'm going to say, the Tree Hut. I don't know, everybody should know about Tree Hut. Tree Hut has some awesome and affordable body scrubs. This one is the Bohemian Escape Shea Sugar Scrub with turmeric. I like to use the ones with turmeric because I do sometimes scar scar. So in order to get rid of those, turmeric is a good, what is it called? Turmeric is a good source of getting rid of dark spots and lightening your skin. So I use the shea butter sugar scrub. I'm not really partial to any specific Tree Hut, but I will buy Tree Hut. And you see, this is almost gone. And I'm trying to keep myself from buying more body scrubs in a, in an effort to get rid of the ones that I have. Because I am a hoarder. I'm trying to be reformed. And if you follow me on my clean home journey or my clean with me journey, you know I am a hoarder. So I'm trying to reform myself by using what I have first and then repurchasing as I need it. So another item that I use, which this is exfoliating, but it is a body polisher. So this is Dove. I do enjoy this, but it doesn't do the same as the Tree Hut. It is more exfoliating than this. This is more of a body polish. So like I discussed, Dove, I use that to thoroughly cleanse my body. So if I want to add a bit moisture back, not with Dove. Like I discussed with the Dial, I use that to thoroughly cleanse my body so I can feel clean. And if I want to get some exfoliation plus a polish, like some moisture back to my skin, I can use this. I do enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it as much as I do the Tree Hut. But this is still a good product, all in all. And I picked up this body scrub from TJ Maxx. It was $5.99, and I just go through there sometime and just pick up different things. And this is one of the body scrubs that I have. And like I said, I really look for the ones that have turmeric in it because for those dark spots that I have, I want to make sure I brighten those up and get them back to my natural skin tone. So this is what I use. And if you watch my vlogs or my self-care video, another item that I recently purchased not a few months ago, and it is Kama Sutra, and this is more in line of that Dove exfoliating polish, and it's a body polish. So it works really well. I really thoroughly enjoy the smell from this. And if I want to have that luxe experience, this is what I'm using. This is what I'm using after I take a good shower or bath using my Dove soap. I use this Kama Sutra to kind of exfoliate. It's not a rough exfoliating, it's more of a smoother polishing. So I highly recommend this. And this is what I use. Like I said, if I want that luxury experience, and this is it elevates my experience a bit much. So I really enjoy this and I highly recommend this. So here's another item for exfoliating. My daughter put me on this. She's into that Korean skincare. So this is one of the items that she told me to buy. So I purchased this, and I can say I really enjoy these. If I don't want to use a sugar scrub or anything that exfoliates in that that area, so I will use this. And you can just lather this with soap and exfoliate your body. This is how easy it is. I really enjoy these for exfoliation as well. So I alternate between the body polish, between the regular exfoliation, the sugar scrubs, and I also use these. These are can be a little bit more affordable, so you don't have to worry about sugar or anything like that. You can just use your regular body wash and lather it up and exfoliate your body. I highly recommend these. And like I said, everything that I mentioned in this video will be linked in the description. These are really, really good. Now we're moving on to bathing, like in the tub. Bathing in the tub. So this is one of the items that I was looking at. What is it? The Glam Twins. I was watching the Glam Twins, and they were talking about the foaming goat milk bath wash. Y'all, this is really good. And they have all different types. So if one is not available, I just use one. I just ordered the other one. And I have used these over the last few years, and I thoroughly enjoy these and recommend these. And it makes a good soak in the tub. I don't know, the lavender oil, just the smells and the fragrance, the calming of it all. It is really good. So I highly recommend this milk bath when you're taking a bath. Another item that I add to my bath when I really just want to take the day away, take away the pain, because y'all know if you're watching me, I'm in on this fitness journey. So whew, y'all, it is a time. So sometimes I just want to relieve my stress of the day and just soak and relax in the bathtub. So in those days, I use the Dr. Till's Pure Epsom Salt. And y'all see, this is almost gone. So I really use it, and I highly recommend this. And this is the cannabis sativa hemp seed oil blend. So I highly recommend any of these, but I really use this one. This is the one I'm currently using. And the items that I'm discussing for my bath, I do put them both in the bath whenever I'm taking a bath. I would put me some Epsom salt in there, and I also add the goat milk for the bubbles. Another thing that I use for after those long cycles or the pain that I be going through, in order to balance my hormones, in order to balance that area down there, I use vinegar. And I put this in my water when I'm taking a bath after my cycle, just to get my body back to its normal pH balance. And this works really well. I find that using all this other stuff that they're making on the market does not always do what it needs to do. And sometimes it throws off my balance that much more. So I don't know if you're doing that, if you're still doing that, but what I've learned back in my early years, vinegar and vinegar works. I don't do I know back in the day they used to do the dishes and all this other stuff. I don't do any of that stuff. I put vinegar in my water and I soak to get that thing back balanced. So if you went away from vinegar, this is your reminder. Go back to vinegar and use that, because I'm telling you, it works. And you don't have to worry about getting a yeast infection or anything. if you just use the basics and not try to use everything to make this thing scent up and smell all fruity and all this other stuff. If you want fruit, eat fruit. It'll smell like fruit. But I'm just saying, don't do those extra things. It's good to get down to the basics to keep your body healthy and not having yeast infections or different issues that we can tend to have with our body. We discussed the exfoliation. I forgot to mention that I also use this EOS, the shea butter blend. I use that to shave my legs. I don't know about you, but let me just tell y'all, transparency moment. I used to use just soap. I would lather my legs up with soap and shave my legs. Let me tell you, this elevates that. So if you can, go out and get some actually shave cream. It is so much better than using soap. I found myself getting more nicks, getting more cuts while I'm shaving. With this, I don't. I don't. It's a more smoother shave and it's close and it's actually moisturizing to your legs. So I highly recommend this and it's really, really good. Okay, this is the body butters and oil section that I want to talk about. If you know, you know, and I've been telling y'all about this Fenty. I really enjoy it and I don't use it every day. I use it for special occasions, which I'm gonna start using it more now because I'm like, what special occasions? You might as well start using your stuff. Every day is a special occasion because you're living. So this is what I use. I really enjoy it and I highly recommend it. It's a really good product. The Fenty body butter, and you see I am using it. Another is the whipped shea butter. I told y'all in my things I was influenced to buy, and this is really good. I found this on Amazon. And my last and final item is a fan. Y'all, I've been sitting here looking at these fans, wanting these fans, and going through this perimenopause with the hot flashes, this is really helpful. I would suggest anybody who's going through things that they body heat up on their own, get one of these. This was really, really helpful for me, and I highly, highly recommend this. And they so noisy. Them kids. That is the end of my haul, perimenopause haul. I hope you find these things helpful as they have been very helpful and beneficial to me. And I felt like, why be a gatekeeper? Why don't I share what is helping me through this journey? I hope you find this helpful. I appreciate you and I thank you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.